These directions are on the internet. I fold mine usually to the front as shown in step 4. If you fold it around to the back, which I will show later in this video, it would be a little easier to make intricate designs in the snowflakes.
Here is a copy of the directions that are on the internet at highhopes.com for making paper snowflakes. They start off similar to the 6-point star relief. Take a square sheet of paper, fold it down the diagonal like this, and then again down the diagonal again like this. And then when you fold this over, you want equal angles here. You can use a compass if you're real particular about it, but generally I fold this over and then fold this one over in the other direction, trying to make sure that they're the same angle to get this picture on the diagram. Now, if you had folded this backwards, you will get the same snowflake as if you folded it forward. Go ahead and fold it over at the front and cut this across here on the diagram. It's cut at point E, and when I cut that across, this point E on the diagram is the point where the points of the stars will be, and this point at the top, D, is the center of the star. If we cut off part of the paper, like along here, then that's making an open side to your snowflake. If you cut off a part of the paper on one of these folds by cutting a piece out like this, then in effect that makes a hole in the star. When you open it up, there'll be holes in there. This can be shown better with some examples that I have on the internet. Here, this cut right here has cut off the corner on the right hand side, and you'll see the effect where these gashes in here are open areas. If you cut down here next to the E, point E, where the point of the star would be, that will in effect make this little part of the corner of the star more pointed in different shapes depending on how many cuts you make. Here we made a gap, and of course that's the hole here. Now if you cut on the fold half of a heart, you'll end up with a heart shape as a hole in the parts of the star. If you cut a half of a diamond, you'll end up with a diamond shape. Half of a square, you'll end up with a square shape. Depending on how you cut on the edge of a folded piece is how the holes will be in the parts of the star. Let's do one now again from the beginning and make some more cuts on it this time. This straight across. And we'll cut an open area down here, and then cut some little triangles out to show the effect of the little holes inside. Cutting several triangles out on one side. It will help determine how those pieces of the star will look like, those points on the star. cut off the triangle on the end here to make a star when you open it up on the opening it up. You can see how those triangles cut. You can also see how the star was made at the beginning and how this is more pointed at the end here. Cutting another one. Let's cut some more unusual shapes. See how just being a little creative in how you make your cuts will make a completely different snowflake. These are all indeed different from each other. Here's some examples of snowflakes that we've kept flattened in a book. We had a lot of long cuts on that one. The center is solid, notice. The center here was cut in several shapes. This center was just trimmed off, making a star, and some little diagonals on the fold, which ended up being squares with a little triangle added to it. The tips were cut off and extended the sides of the star. You can see how this one had triangles around the middle going down to the point that was left solid. Here's one that's quite a different one. And you can just use different variations. The way you cut them, you'll get different snowflakes. Truly, no two are alike when you do these. This one has heart shapes in them. We cut a half of a heart along one of the folded edges and brought out the heart shapes. Just had a lot of little triangles cut out of it. Some people do extremely intricate work on these. I usually stick to just major cuts like this. Thank you. Let me quickly show there's not any difference in the fold. I make a long cut along this edge here. Then if you'll notice this cut, if I had folded this backward, it's in the same location. So if you had it folded backwards or over the front, it's going to come out to be the same cuts.